Because I like to punish myself, I play with randoms on Apex Legends on the PS4. Why I do this, I don't know to this day, but still, I subject myself to it. And this was another one of those games. I was waiting for the jump master to leave, and when he finally did, he decided to take me to the absolute shit dump that is the slums. I did consider pressing the magical square button. But I thought, actually, I'll stick with it. Why not? Because it's different, and sometimes you gotta mix it up a little bit to make things happen. So as Lifeline, someone that I don't really use often, I decided to dive into slums and see what there was. And there wasn't really a lot, to be honest. I did manage to pick myself up a Havoc, and eventually we had a little bit of luck with the dropship landing right in front of us. We made our way over there, and I was lucky enough to find myself a nice juicy purple armour, which I took up like a hungry orphan being thrown a grape. Soon enough we realised that we'd actually screwed ourselves over because the circle had come in quicker than we realised, so we were sprinting through the desert. And after traversing through the absolute shit tip that is bunker, I managed to find myself a devotion, while completely ignoring the fact that the circle was kicking my ass. We'd had a relatively quiet start to the match, and sometimes that's not good. But that quiet start wasn't going to last forever, and it was over pretty soon. Ah shit, they're up there. Don't go over there. Don't go over there. Oh. Come on, Raspberry. I'll do it all myself. It's bullshit. And after realising my partners were headless chickens, I decided to try and get the high ground, outmaneuver the enemy. Replacing their previous position is the last thing they'd expect me to do, and as one of my little buddies decided to hit the deck, I thought it was best to try and get involved. After a perfectly poised arc star, it was clear that I was about to wade into battle and destroy everyone on the floor. Except I put out my healing drone and did that instead. It's funny how a shithouse decision will actually sometimes leave you in the place that you needed to be in. I was about to unload both of these magazines on these bitches, and miss most of them, I'll be honest. But that wasn't it. This was the time. I'm gonna get involved now.
Alright guys, listen to the blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
The devotion is nothing but super satisfactory, shredding at any distance, and with my smug mode activated, it was time to go and recover my teammate's banner, get to the nearest respawn beacon, and then completely forget about that straight away and instantly get distracted by boxes because it's time to raid because I'm a greedy little greedster. Eventually we did get on the road. I noticed that my teammate Tic Tac was also raiding boxes, but that wasn't a problem because he was going to follow me. Confident in the knowledge that the team will soon be reunited, back to full strength, and able to progress into the final 5 squads at least. At least that's what I thought. Because as I looked at the map and I decided to select the closest respawn beacon for our fallen comrade, I realised that old Tic Tac, old buddy, old pal, wasn't actually following me. Tried to get his attention as best as I could. I pinged. I assumed that he was in some sort of precarious position, so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to be nice to this guy and give him all the spares that I've got. And I had a lot of spares because I'm quite the hoarder when it comes to shield sales. And thought this would be a nice gift for him. But he ignored me. He wasn't even looking at me. So I thought, fuck this guy, I'm going to go on my own. And there's a bad guy over there, so I'm going to go really quickly. The most important thing to me right now is getting our teammate back and respawn to have the team back up to 3. And as I approached the respawn beacon, I thought I'd done it. And then he opened fire. Hopefully he'll be able to get himself out of any shit he's got himself into. Oh, he's down. Well, that's okay, because I thought I'm going to get over there, I'll recover him, we'll find ourselves another respawn beacon, it'll be absolutely fine, we'll get this guy that's just jumped back in retooled, we're going to be sorted, we'll go into this building, we'll find some stuff, he's got 70 seconds, there's no problem whatsoever, and I thought, do you know what, this is the one. I can feel it, this is perfect, and then he left. So then I tried to refuel our buddy with all of the goodies that he's going to need to get us through the end, because quite frankly, he hasn't even picked up a shield, and he's been on the floor for more than 2 minutes. I've pinged 2 at this point. He really didn't want to pay any attention to me, so I decided to punch him in the face and bring him over to the box, and he still didn't pick it up, so I thought, fuck you man, I've had enough of these people, I'm going on my own. Last 2 teams over to our left, not that you care because you're stupid, so I'm going to ping up there because that's where we're going to go.
Round 4, beginning ring countdown.
Right, I think, because there's only 1 squad left now, they're going to be over there. I'd led the charge into Repulsor, and thankfully Crystal Raspberry had followed me, although I was on my own. Pinging loot boxes and death boxes and stashes everywhere, trying to get him re-equipped with something. I wasn't sure if he had anything at all, but I was sure of one thing, and my earlier premonition was correct. The enemy was spotted in the distance, an ant bouncing around. Being unsure of how many were there, I just decided to get the care package down and try and equip our buddy, while trying to get more eyes on more enemies. There one is. Purple armour for you, Raspberry, and off we go. This was it. It was time to charge in and see what the hell would happen. But it was at this point that doubt started to creep in. I hadn't had a great game, I've only had 2 kills. My friend Crystal Raspberry's hit the deck a couple of times, and I don't know how many's over here. What if there is the whole squad? But there's one of them right there. We're going to go get him. I need to make a decision of what to do. Time to go. A quick dive into the building, and it's time to assess what we can see. There's at least one on the roof there. We've both spotted him. Fairly confident that with our position in the circle he's not going to attack. He instantly shot me in the face to remind me that I don't know anything about this game. So after shielding up, it was time to get a better position. If you want to fight, I was going to bring it to you, you son of a bitch. I unload my devotion in his direction and miss with every single bullet, and realise I haven't got many left, so it's single shot Spitfire time. I quickly realise that this is utter bullshit, so it's time to unload. And after hearing that satisfying crack of the armour, we both know it's time to move in. Raspberry starts throwing bullets in his direction while I start throwing grenades of all sorts. And after rushing the building, I quickly hear that it is Crystal that's found him and not me. Who's going to win that fight? Ah, Crystal's down. This is my chance to stick this devotion straight up this Pathfinder's ass. I can't let him get away. I give chase. There's a pipe in my way. He's disappeared from view, but suddenly he drops. He's a gift from the gods. I unload everything. I'm going to keep missing. I can't let him go. The music kicks in. My satisfaction levels go through the roof. I've unbelievably just managed to save this game, and I don't know how, if I'm honest.
You are the Apex champions.
Tic Tac didn't help, we didn't need him. Don't disconnect when you go out, go down, there's no point. 0 kills and 0 kills. That's a weak carry, chaps. Let's get to the other building, I've just seen the circle.
Enemy.
They're
Coming over.
Opening fire.
He's gonna come through this door here.
Reloading.
Is he inside that hut?
Don't know.
No, he's around the back.
Oh, hang on a minute, hang on a cutting picking fucking minute.
What's up?
Run.